Okay, so we are going to check to see if the potatoes are done. The first indication is that the top parts of the leaves, all the plant part of it, is pretty much died off. So some of these have died right off, so I'm gonna check and see what they look like. All right, let's take a peek. I used my pitchfork and kind of dug around a little bit and popped the ground up, and then kind of just take the plants, pull them out. There's a potato. There's a few little potatoes. I like to take the potatoes off the bottom because that's where they come from. And there they are. Pretty good. Boy, now the sun came out and I'm hot and sweaty and I can't see the phone. But here's all the potatoes. Did really well. Very, very happy. Look at that monster. Boom! Huge. The reds did really, really well. I think the whites did just fine also. My shadow in the way, I can barely see it. Did good. I'm gonna let them cure here for a few hours. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'll make sure I get them in. I'll put them on my front porch on a table. I can open the windows. They get a nice cross breeze, harden up the skins a little. And then I'm actually just gonna can these. So maybe I don't have to harden them off because I'm just gonna can them. Oh well, to taste good. We'll figure it out today. Here's all my potatoes. I put them on my scale. They are 20 pounds altogether, and we're gonna clean them up, peel them, and can them today. So I guess I didn't take a video of actually canning the potatoes, but here they are. I got 13 jars out of them. So I consider that a big win. I'm making salsa today. I have 25 pounds of tomatoes that I skinned and I diced them up real small. And I got most everything else from my garden. So I turned the heat on the stove. I'm just going to add all my ingredients. Everything pretty much came out of my garden. I have 3 cups of onion. I have a red and I think this was a yellow. They were the biggest ones I could find, and that is straight from my garden. We'll plop her in. My peppers, they came from the garden too. In this recipe that I do for my salsa, it's pretty much just mix everything together and heat it up, just pretty much to taste. I kind of threw a bunch of stuff in here. My garlic, my celery. I didn't have any celery, but I had little tiny plants in the garden. So I took a plant out and I cut it up. It smells really well. Smells like celery, tastes like celery. It's just little tiny. Some parsley and cilantro and oregano, and the garlic is in there. Put that in. And then my spices. There's salt and pepper, cumin, and chili powder in there. I didn't put a ton of chili powder because I put 4 of my jalapenos in the peppers, so I don't want it to be too hot. I'm more of like a mild to medium. And then 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then we stir it all up. Ooh, it looks good. That's everything mixed up all together. I like my salsa a little bit thinner, so I didn't put any tomato paste in, but the recipe does call for 3 small cans of tomato paste. So I just didn't use that. So now we're just gonna, I'm not gonna cook it in here, I'm just gonna heat it up so I can can it. So I taste it as I go till I get just a little bit of bite on my tongue. Then I know that once I store it and it sits for a few months, it will definitely get a little bit hotter over time. So I'm going to get my water bath canner ready because this is a tomato base, so I only need to use my water bath canner. So I have them in the water bath canner for 15 minutes. I still have a lot left to go. And there we go, all done. 21 pint jars of salsa. So I'm gonna go over what we're doing for dinner tonight. We had some chicken left over in the refrigerator, so I figured, why not use it? We'll make a little chicken stir fry here. So I cubed up 2 chicken breasts, and then I had a bunch of stuff laying on the counter that I need to use up. I had some leftover small potatoes that I didn't end up canning, a couple peppers, a couple zucchinis, just some small tomatoes. So we're just gonna throw it all together for a nice little meal. I'm gonna get things going. I'm putting potatoes in here. Don't rag on me. I'm using whatever was on my counter for dinner tonight. It was already there. It's not costing me anything. It came out of the garden. It's a carb. I'm a carbaholic. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm gonna put some spices and seasoning in my chicken just to kind of give it a little pizzazz. I put a little olive oil in both of my pans to get it started, and then with my vegetables, I start slathering the butter in. And there we go, everything's in there. So everything in this pan is from my garden. So we're just throwing it all together. Onions, the peppers, the yellow squash, the zucchini, and the potatoes. Can't forget some little cherry tomatoes. I ran out to put some stuff in the compost and I came back in and it smelled like basil. Well, that would be because the olive oil is basil. It's really good. And I'm going to mix them both together once my veggies are cooked. I like to keep as much of those juices as I can. Nice. Stir it all up. Ooh, it smells good. I'll put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I don't like too much. And since I'm making it, I like it to my taste. Good. And that's the end result. Nothing but the chicken I paid for. Dinner was delicious. Now I'm just sitting here listening to the rain, looking at my girls over there. I got the run all raked out. I got their shavings shoveled out, replaced, because, you know, Hurricane Henry's coming this way. I don't think we're going to get much from it up here. I'm a little too far north and west-ish of the coast to really get much more than probably what we're getting, but I wanted to make sure the girls were all set. The garden's all set. Check out that sunflower. And more to come, so thank you for growing with me so I can grow with you.